Hello, cats and kittens, or they want to say Yoroshiku. Welcome back to the Manga Corner. And I'm here to give my impressions on One Piece, Chapter 1034, Sanji versus Queen. So we've gone from Zoro versus King to Sanji versus Queen, and I'm assuming we're going to split between those until both fights are resolved. I'm not sure that, like I say, until somebody breaks out their awakening on the side of the Zoans, Kaido's Zone, um, Devil Fruit users, I'm not sure that these fights are done, but we'll see. Anyway, so from Zoro to Sanji, Sanji versus Queen. There's a little bit of setup at the beginning. We see that the geisha that Sanji is supposed to have attacked is looking for her mouse, which is going to put her in harm's way since there's a pitch battle going on around her, plus the whole, thing, the whole place is on fire and all of that good stuff. So that sets up her being in peril. Another part of setup is that I don't know if Momonosuke has mastered the abilities to create the clouds, or he can manipulate Kaido's clouds. But he says, because I am a dragon just like him, I have grasped the knack of Kaido's flame clouds. I might not be able to push the island back up, but as long as I can stop its fall, the worst can still be avoided. I won't let it fall on the flower cap. Yay, he's showing his resolve. Momonosuke is showing his fiery resolve to save his people. Anyway, so we're back to Sanji versus Queen, and Queen is displaying the abilities of Sanji's brothers, his estranged brothers. He's got Sparkling Queen, which is supposed to be Sparkling Valkyrie. These laser beams that shoot out his eyes. Henry Queen, which is supposed to be Henry Blazer, which is supposed to be what is Henry Blazer? Electric Shock. Okay. So what else is he can do everything that his three brothers can do. Doesn't say anything about Raiju though, and Poison, but he's testing out his abilities against the German science. Apparently, he's done his research on all of the German abilities, and he's just trying. It's like one-upsmanship. He's not so much interested in Sanji as he's interested in proving that he's better than Judge. Now, Sanji's not having any of it. He's taking his lumps, but ultimately he breaks free from Queen's clutches and basically tells him, don't connect me with Germa or any of that. You know what I mean? That's got nothing to do with me. So I'm fighting you. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool, and he gives him a good shot. Now Sanji makes a good point. Now, especially since some of his Germa genes have been awakened. He's stronger now. He kicks Queen and staggers him for sure. And he's like, I know you're feeling these blows. The cumulative effect of these blows has to be catching up. Don't act like, you're not taking any damage. They've been fighting for a while, so he's feeling the effect of these blows. And basically says, I'm not the same person that you was fighting a while ago. Again, he's leveled up. Then, of course, the coup de grace, Queen uses stealth black and disappears. This is a question to me, is that this would be an excellent time to I assumed that this would be an excellent time for Oda to, you know, show the in the extent of Sanji's hockey in terms of observation, because we know that the three monster trios each specializes in one form of hockey or another. Luffy has obviously surpassed Zoro and Sanji in terms of observation and armament. Although we see that Zoro has essentially figured out advanced conquerors and armament. Last chapter, we see that he's got advanced conquerors, which is crazy. Although maybe, well, yes, advanced conquerors, at least advanced armor. I assume at the end of that chapter, the lightning that was coming off of his swords, and he unleashed conquerors and knocked out the fodder, and then the lightning that was coming off his swords was at least advanced armament, possibly advanced conquerors. But let's say it. So Zoro at least has advanced conquerors. So no advanced armament. So I'm saying this would be a good point to show that Sanji has advanced observation because he's dealing with a dude that just turned invisible. But his counter for invisibility is basically flash steps. You know what I'm saying? If I want to go over to my man Bleach, you know, if you want to go that way, he basically turns himself invisible by using high-speed movement, flash steps, basically. Which is fair, but it's not efficient, because even Queen makes out the point that he's using fast movements. It's going to burn out his stamina at some point. And even though his strength, speed, and durability have jumped up, it's still inefficient, you know, as opposed to just sussing out where he is with your advanced conquerors. I mean, advanced, I keep saying conquerors, with your advanced observation, but he doesn't use that. Although, you know, the damsel in distress issue comes back up with Osume finding her mouse, and then Creepy Queen, you know, has a back history with Osume. He was wanting her to be his kept woman, dame, or whatever. That was going to be his personal geisha, or whatever he was planning on doing. His number one, he says, his number one girl. So he's angry at her for turning him down because she gave him the I got a headache type deal. And she doesn't want any part of it. And he's about to, you know, use his cowardly move, you know, since he's invisible, he's going to come and strike her while she's invisible. While he's invisible. And then Sanji spots this. I'm assuming, did he locate Queen because of his observation hockey? Because it didn't look like Queen was going to reappear to strike Osume. He was a cowardly villain that he is. It looked like he was going in to hit her purely invisible. Sanji susses out that where he is and prepares to strike. And he's basically saying, you know, I'm going to use the enhanced exoskeleton, his enhanced strength, speed, all of that is increased, plus his armament that he's developed. And he's going to bring all that together to, first of all, his body can be able to to sustain, to endure hotter flames. So his Diablo Jambe flames will be even hotter, immensely hotter than they were before. And his strike will be harder because he's stronger and his frame is stronger. And he also susses out that it was Queen, since he can turn invisible, that had attacked the woman in the first place, which just increases his rage. So he's coming down on my man with, wrath of God, you know what I mean? But the interesting thing is he located it. And this is before Queen is still invisible at the time that Sanji is going in for the strike. So I'm assuming that his observation haki got him that far. And then he strikes him and it hits him a terrible blow on the head. Ultimately, I think that should have been an opportunity to display his advanced observation haki. Well, whether or not it was, he strikes a man a terrible blow in the head. And he just goes in on him. He hits him with multiple attacks culminating in the beef burst, which just sends him flying for sure. Whether or not this is going to end the fight, whether or not we're coming to the conclusion of his fight with Queen, I don't know. Because again, Queen has to have tricks up his sleeve to counter this barrage. Probably his ultimate, his trump card, whatever it is. And then if you follow the pattern of One Piece fights, usually the hero rises up to a level, the villain rises up to a level, the hero rises up to a level, the villain rises, and then the hero puts over that one last kick that ends the whole thing. I don't think this is over in the next chapter, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think so, though. It's an impressive showing from Sanji. I'm impressed with the fact that he's taking ownership of his Germa roots and using it to defeat this villain while maintaining his, chivalry. He hasn't turned cold-hearted. He hasn't turned into one of the Germa boys. He's maintaining his chivalry. He's maintaining his heart. And his flame bursts his flame is even hotter, which also does draw another question. If armament is protecting him from the flame that he creates, what was protecting? Oda said that his heart burns hotter than his flame. Earlier, he said that when he first brought up the whole Diablo Jump thing. So that's to say that he didn't need armament to protect his leg from his initial flame that he had pre-time skip. But now we're saying that he needs armament to protect his leg from the flames that he generates now. Is that to say that when he does Hell Memories and he's completely on fire, that he's also using armament to protect himself from being burned to a crisp? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, it's out there. I'm just enjoying the fact that Sanji's letting in the Queen and he's got his level up. How he got it, you get, I'm fine with how he got it, and I'm fine with the fact that he's really, really stepping up. I would like it explained that or some kind of way that his observation haki is elite. I would like to see him get future sight, to be honest with you. I mean, a dude with his speed, with future sight, he would be a complete beast. Off the chain, crazy beast. I mean, because I'm assuming now at this point, he might be the fastest person on the crew. I mean, Queen's saying that he's basically he could not see him. It's not like I can barely keep my eyes on him. He couldn't, it was like invisibility. So to move that fast and hit that hard, and if he was to get advanced observation, anyway, that would be incredible. I would love to see that. Anyway, that's my impressions. I love the chapter. I love the fact that Sanji's getting his props. And I want to see him beat Queen at least in the next two chapters of their fight. But we will see. We'll get a new chapter this week, so we'll see what happens. That's it. Those are my observations. I love the chapter. And let me know what you think about, especially about his observation haki. Do you think he's going to get advanced observation? Aside from that, stay loose. I'll see you next time.